Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and I've got some really good XRP news to bring you to today. And if you do like this channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Really appreciate all of you and everything that you do, and thanks for the support that you guys have. Let's get right into it. There's some big news to come out. So Ripple is specifically described as a reason Visa bought Earthport. And basically what they mention in this particular document is that the announcement of Visa of the acquisition of the US $320 million UK-based Earthport is to unleash the power of Visa and take it beyond the card and work with Ripple in creating an alternative to SWIFT payments. Now, you guys know that since 2017, XRP people all over the social medias, including YouTube, have been talking about this, about Ripple, XRP taking over SWIFT. But this is a statement right here in how this is going to work, and why companies like Visa are making these type of acquisitions, and the challenge that is ahead is a big challenge. But if the challenge can be overcome, we're talking about trillions of dollars to go through Ripple every single day, which is huge. So Flash FX are working on new corridors as well, and why it's important is that Flash FX, and I do encourage you guys to go have a look at them, is a global payment solution that does use the XRP token, so and the ledger. So I do encourage you guys to go check them out. Now, another thing as well to come out of this particular Twitter account is that FX Clearing Trust, a subsidiary of SBI, Ripple Investor, has obtained a license as a trust business, and the company plans to expand into the Forex market and the crypto assets market. Now, I do have the article in here translated in English, and I will put this in the comments so you guys can check it out. And what this means is that Ripple, XRP, the Flare network is going to be playing a major role in the future to come of the Forex market. And so we're talking about trillions of dollars every day being transacted, and being a liquidity exchange is going to be massive for this particular company. So I know that you haven't seen XRP move. I know that it hasn't moved for a while. I know that can sometimes be quite concerning, and definitely puts you down when there's like hundreds of people out there going, why you still hold that shit coin? I understand, and I do feel your pain, because obviously we're all in the same boat. But we're talking about something here that's going to be valued $5, $10, $20, $100. So don't forget that, because the journey is a tough one, and it's been a tough one, but it will definitely be worth it. Now, I got a video to play for you from this particular conference that occurred, just to give you guys a little bit more in-depth, and just that little bit of courage that you need to hold, because the wait will be worth it.
To build an internet of value. When we look at the current dynamic I was just talking about, the pre-funding, if the correspondent banking network requires this pre-funding. I'm not talking about a central bank level, but as much as I'm talking about it at a commercial level. And oftentimes, even when I'm meeting with senior people at various banks or financial institutions, they'll talk about their cost to fund into the Mexican peso, and they'll cite a very low number. But what that doesn't include is the cost of capital that's sitting at a bank there. It also restricts competition because it requires capital to get it there. Our view in the future is you don't have to have this pre-funding, and instead you can use a digital asset to have global liquidity on demand. Now, we build upon a tech stack of an open source technology called XRP. XRP originally was built by some engineers who had seen some of the flaws of Bitcoin and the challenges of scalability around Bitcoin, where Bitcoin today, on a per transaction basis, it's rather slow and rather expensive. XRP is very fast, about 1,000 times faster per transaction and 1,000 times cheaper per transaction. The other dynamic, of course, of correspondent banking is some of the more quote-unquote exotic currencies, exotic corridors have been left to kind of stand on their own. And the liquidity in digital assets could be applied to actually make that much more democratized and a level playing field. Ripple's vision from the beginning really has been to apply these technologies in the same way that TCP/IP and HTTP are the technologies underpinning the Internet of Information. These blockchain technologies will be the underpinnings of an Internet of value. where we have connected devices, we have connected information that will allow payments to flow. And as Norman was describing, if you're a large corporation moving $100 million, that's one thing. If you're a freelancer working in the Philippines doing design work for a company in London, and you want to get paid $30 or 30 pesos, Philippine pesos, that's not a transaction that can easily be enabled. And in fact, for the companies that enable that, they require the freelancer to set up an account, and they don't actually pay it out until there's roughly 1,000 USD sitting in that account, and then they would pay it out. So Ripple has come to the market with 3 products, and I will just briefly touch on.
So there you have it. I'll put the link on this particular one and how long it actually goes for. It actually does go for a while, but wow, like what we just saw there, that is insane. Like where we're going, how this whole infrastructure is going to work, and the benefits it's going to be, not just for the big banks, but even the little guys. And I really, really wanted to add that little bit in at the end about, the $30 freelancer that's looking to do work with, a company from the other side of the world, and just how difficult and how big the fees are at the moment. And, $2-3 per transaction or $4 per transaction makes a huge difference to someone who's just getting $30, say, for example, and 27 actually end up going in their bank. So big things coming. And I know that you guys have been very patient, and some of you have been waiting for 4 years. I just want to give you a graph. This particular graph here is really interesting because this is what happened back in 2017. So the ones in pink are the patterns and the movement that XRP did in 2017 before it went off and into the stratosphere. And if you look at the patterns of this year, very similar, very, very similar to what happened back then. And so the past doesn't always tell the future, but sometimes it does. And I want you to take a look at this because we've been talking about it, but I really do feel extremely bullish that this is coming, that huge spike. And then we're off and way past the previous, area where there's been a lot of sell pressure, which is obviously, that 68, 70 cents USD mark. Once we break it, we are off to the stars. But if we keep going, I do want you guys to also check this one out. It's Sparkles. Sparkles NFT is the Twitter account, and Sparkles is the platform for NFTs built on the Flare network. Now, as you guys are all aware, from somewhere between April and June, we're all going to start to get our Flare tokens, which is exciting. And I will bring you a lot more videos about Flare as we get a little bit closer to Flare actually launching. Flare is going to be massive for all of us and the opportunities that it's going to bring. Forbes actually came out with an article yesterday saying the SEC stumbles in the Ripple case, lost in a maze of its own making. Very interesting article. I will put it in the comments about, just all the mistakes that they've made and how, it's going to be pretty hard from here for them to put up a case that they can potentially win. That's all I'll say there. And I just want to show you this because I think this is a really interesting graph. And what you see here is so what I'm showing you here is almost the whole timeline from 2017 till now. And I think that this is the next step. So the next part that we're going to go through is we're going to have a massive bullish run to about $1.20. And then from here, we'll go to like $1.60. We'll have a nice correction, and then we're off, and then we'll be hitting $4. So that's, for me, the plan has not changed. This is where I think we're heading. And again, if you do like these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I know this one was a little bit longer than usual, but well worth it. Hang in there, my XRP.